Ashwin, thank you very much, Ashwin, for joining in. Nisar, thank you. Jafar Ali from Saudi Arabia, thank you. Anisuddin, thank you very much. It's so nice to see leaders from different parts of the world. So, what is the topic? The first topic that we're going to talk about is the rock. I want everyone to write down this. If you don't have time to write down, it doesn't matter because you're going to see the recording of this. So let's understand what is rock. And today, in this session, today we're going to talk only about the R and the O. I want everyone to type R-O-C-K. I want everyone to type R-O-C-K. And today here in this particular session, we're going to talk about the letter R and the letter O. So let's understand what is the letter R. R stands for realize. You have to realize who you are. You have to realize your strength. You have to realize your weaknesses. You have to realize where you are mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Yes or no? Is it good to understand where you are mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, relationship-wise? Yes or no? If it's yes, then type yes. If you have to know. See, one thing that we all know is about goal setting. Excuse me. We all know about goal setting. But before we set a goal, we need to know where we are. How many of you agree? Say I. How many of you agree? Say, for example, I want to travel to Mumbai. If I have to travel to Mumbai, I have to know that I'm in Kerala. Is that correct? Yes or no? Yes or no? Type yes or no. If I have to travel to Mumbai, I have to first know that I'm in Kerala. If my friend Dinesh is in Chennai, he has to know that he is in Chennai. If I got another friend who is in Delhi, he has to know that he is in Delhi. But the big challenge, what happens here is whenever you set goals, you only set goals, but you don't understand where you are today. And that's a big mistake. You have to realize where you are. Now, let me take another example. Let's say 4 friends, they are going to the gym for the very first time and they got a personal trainer in the gym to help them. Do you think the personal trainer has to do the help them with the same exercise? Yes or no? Would he give them the same exercise? Yes or no? Yes or no? Would he give them the same exercise? There are 4 people joining the gym. The answer is absolutely no. It all depends upon their health, it depends upon their age, depends upon their body fat and so forth. Am I right? The medical condition, a lot of things apply. Similarly, now you are, how many of you are there? There are 148 leaders right now attending this program. You are listening to me, but you are in different locations, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Is that correct? How many of you agree? Type 100. How many of you agree? Type 100. So the first thing is that you have to realize where you are. That's the most important thing. The second thing is it's not about realizing. Okay, I'll give an example. Let's say that I am 20 kilos overweight. So I realize that I'm 20 kilos overweight and I have to own that. Own. I want everyone to type OWN. You have to own, meaning you have to take responsibility. Owning means responsibility. You have to be responsible. If you're weak in mathematics, you have to be responsible. If you're weak in say, communication skills, you have to take the responsibility. If you're not good at leadership, you have to take responsibility. People, sometimes they know that they are weak, but they don't take responsibilities. If you don't take responsibility, then there is no way that you will be successful in life. How many of you got it? Say GI. How many of you got it? GI. You have to realize first. And number 2 is you have to take the ownership of it. The third is once you identify where you are and once you own it, the third one is 100% of commitment. Yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to work out on my leadership. Yes, I'm going to work out on my body. Yes, I'm going to work out on my communication. Without commitment, you will not reach anywhere. So I want everyone to type the letter C, which stands for commitment. So you have to realize who you are, your strength, your weakness. You have to take the ownership of your weakness and your strength. Number 3 is you have to commit if you have to move forward. And commitment is a promise to yourself, but a promise to yourself is not going to help you until and otherwise you take action. And therefore, the last letter is kickstart. You have to start. And when I say start, not starting next year, next month, next week. No, starting is today, tonight. So I want everyone to type tonight. I want everyone to write tonight. There is no wasting of time when it comes to action. People say that I'll do it tomorrow, and the tomorrow never comes. That's called procrastination, and you should never be procrastinating. You have to focus on your goal and you have to start action tonight. That is the point. So I want you to use this framework, ROCK, in your life. How many of you got it? Say crystal clear. How many of you got it? Say crystal clear, please. Good. Excellent. Yes. Fantastic. Habib, thank you very much. Nishad, thank you very much. Still I can say Jazz, thank you very much. Aisha, thank you very much. iPhone and Faisal K, thank you very much. So, today we are going to learn something which is called Discover Your Cup. It's called the Law of the Cup. Okay, I want everyone to write LOC. It's not law of what do you call attraction. It's not LOA. It's LOC. LOC. LOC stands for Law of the Cup. You will never have come across this because this is something that I have identified and developed, and this is only taught to my students around the world. Now you all are lucky to learn this. This is a paid program which you're getting absolutely free of charge. It's called the LOC. There are different LOC like the law of the cup, the law of the habit, the law of the leadership, the law of the communication. There are lot of laws of cup here, but today what you're going to learn is the law of the cup, which is the very first one. Thank you very much, Dr. Muhammad Faisal. Let's move on. So today there are 4 cups. I don't want you to waste writing anything or clicking pictures. I'm promising you that I'm going to give you the videos. Therefore, I want you to focus on my voice. That's why I'm not showing my face. My voice is powerful and I want you to listen my voice clearly and look at the presentation and then focus on your note. I want everyone to carry a piece of paper. That's very, very important. So here we go. There are 4 different cups. Okay, don't run for the paper now. I'll give you time to get your paper. So don't run now. I want to focus on what I'm saying. The first cup, there are 4 types of cups. So I want everyone to type the letter number 4, please, in the chat. Just go and type number 4. Number 4, very good, excellent. So number 4, very good, excellent. So let's look at the 4 cups. The very, very first cup is called the B cup. So I want you to type B. Those who are lazy and those who think that I just want to listen to this guy, then you can sit down. But I would definitely say the more you work with your hand, especially when you start typing and in the chat box, and then understanding all these 3 things works. Number 1 is your vision works. It's called the visionary learning. Number 2 is auditory. That's why you're listening to me. And third one is kinesthetic. That means you're working with your fingers. So when all the 3 works, your brain starts to work. How many of you got it? I want everyone to type B for your brain. Your mind starts working. I want be exactly correct. VAK. Somebody gave me VAK. That's exactly correct. We are talking about the visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. All the 3 must work. That's why I want you. It's not nothing for me. I'm not going to gain anything. It's all for you. So make sure that whenever I ask you to do something, it's not a command. It's just a request. If you want to do it, yes, you can do it. So the first one is the B cup. What's a B cup? I'll let you know later on. The next one is a S cup. I want everyone to type S. You can type S1, please. S1. The second one is a S1 cup. S1. Very good. Excellent. I can see a lot of you doing that. Faisal, Shamir, thank you very much. So that's number 2. The third one is S2 cup. Now please type S2. So we got the B or B1 cup, then comes the S1 cup, then comes the S2 cup, and the last one is BS cup. Now BS has got a bad what do you call full form and all. That's not the meaning here. The fourth cup is called the BS cup. Okay, so these are the 4 cups, and these are the 4 cups that we are going to learn. So I'm going to take you through 40 different questions. How many questions? I'm going to take you through 40 questions. I want you to type the number 40. Okay, because I want your mind to know that there are 40 questions to identify who you are. It's called the SEQ questions. There are 2 abbreviations that I have given for SEQ. As I mentioned earlier, you will not find this on the internet or chat GPT anywhere. You will not find this anywhere because this is a research document which you're seeing right now. Okay, can you teach this to somebody else? Well, I'll talk to you about the license and so forth, how you can teach this. Not now. Now nobody has got the license to teach this. You have to get the permission and the license because this is a document which is being licensed. So what do you mean by SEQ? SEQ stands for Success Evaluation Questions. I want you all to write down Success Evaluation SEQ. Just write down SEQ. You don't have to write the full form. The first full form is Success Evaluation Questions. It also has got a different meaning. It's called Self-Evaluation Questions. Okay, Self-Evaluation Questions or Success Evaluation Questions. How many of you got it? Say GI. If you got it, then type GI. If you got it, then please type GI if you got it, okay? So I'm just taking you very slow so that you all can understand, right? Now what I want is I want you all to get a piece of paper. Just go and grab a piece of paper from somewhere, and I want you to draw those grids. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Just go grab a diary or a piece of paper from somewhere, run and draw this grid. There are 5 columns and 11 rows. Very simple. Take a notebook and draw this. You don't have to have a printed piece. You don't have to. Just get this one done. Just take a piece of paper, 11 rows and 5 columns. If you are done, just type D. If you're done, then please type D. It doesn't have to be beautiful or nothing. Just keep it neat and clean. So once you have done, then type D. Very simple. 11 rows, 5 columns, and make sure that you have written B1, S1, S2 and BS on the top, and the number sequence is 1 to 10 and the total. That's it. Very simple. If you're done, I want all of you. We got 159 leaders right now from different parts. Good. So shall I start? You ready? All of you ready? If you're ready, then type R. If you're ready, then type R. If you're ready, then type R, please, and then I can take you. Now I'll be little. Thank you, Dr. Marshood, I think. That was Rizam, Faisal, Leila, Shama. Okay, the names are flying. Okay. Now I'll be little bit faster, okay? I'll be little faster from question number 1. So before I go to question number 1, I'll tell you what you have to do in this grid, okay? What you have to do. Number 1, we are focusing only on the first row, first column. Okay, whatever statement I'm going to show here and read it for you, and if you think that, yeah, this is me, put a tick mark. Don't think about, I will be like this after 5 years or 2 years or 3 years. No, we are talking about the right current situation. I want everyone to write down CS. We are taking you from the current situation to the desired situation. CS to current situation to DS, desired situation. Understand that. Desired situation we'll be teaching you when you come to Calicut. We'll be teaching you how to get to the desired situation. But now we have to have very clear understanding of what is your current situation, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, the financial wise, your habit, your communication, your leadership. So we are taking only 40 different segments which we are going to talk about right now. So this is a journey from CS to DS. So I want everyone to type CS to DS. Everyone, CS to DS. CS to DS. That's what you are going to do today. Okay, CS to DS. Absolutely correct. That's fantastic. I can see Dishhad, Ramiz, thank you very much. Ali, thank you very much. Shanu, thank you very much. Zoom, Nizar, thank you very much. So let's start with the first question. I'm going to read this question a little bit faster, okay, but I want you to grab it. Don't think too much. Don't ponder and say, oh my goodness, is it right or wrong? If you feel it's right, just go for a tick mark. If it's wrong, then put a cross mark. The first question is, you often think about the past stress. You have gone through different situation, difficult situation, maybe in your office, maybe in your home, maybe with your parents, maybe with your in-laws, maybe with your friends. You have gone through often, and you keep thinking about it very often. We have used the key word here is often. I want you to clearly understand. We have used the word often, meaning most of the time. Often you think about the failures that you have gone through, the past stress that you have gone through, and so forth. Now, if you're done this, I want you to come and type the number 1. If you're done this, that's how I can understand, because I'm watching the chat. So if you're done that, please come and type 1. Don't think too much. Don't ponder too much, right? So just focus on that. Let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2 says, you know when to ask for help. There are people who they don't ask for help. They feel that it is a shame to ask. It's the ego that they don't ask questions. They feel that what other people would think about if you ask questions. I keep on asking questions wherever I get stuck. So you know when to ask help. You know that, okay, now I need help, maybe on your computer, maybe about your laptop, maybe about your leadership, maybe about your communication. Whenever you know that it is time for help, you seek help. That's the type of person you are. If you're done, please type 2. Let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3, thoughts about past issues affect your work. You think about, as the question number 1, you start thinking about the past incidents and what happened in your life, and that affects your work. You are no more productive. You are procrastinating. You are not able to focus on whatever job you're doing. You're not getting the result. Maybe in your home also you are depressed, and you go to office and you get depressed. Why? Because there's something killing you, something which is not allowing you to move forward. If that is the type of person you are, then put a tick mark and come here and please type the number 3. Let's move on to number 4. You often feel pressured by responsibilities. You get one responsibility over other responsibility. Maybe you're climbing the ladder of your job or as a profession, but the pressure is coming over to you. Maybe you're in the first level, then you become a middle manager, then you become a senior manager, you become a VP or a CEO. The more higher you climb, the more responsibility you have to take on your shoulder, and therefore you will be getting more pressure. And the more pressure you get from your manager or your senior team, or maybe from your wife, or maybe from your husband, or if you are from your parents and your so forth, or from your teachers and your lecturers, the more you feel pressurized, the more responsibility is given to you on your shoulder. So that was number 4. Let's move on to number 5. You find it challenging to recover from setbacks. Once you fail, then it's very hard for you to bounce back, because see, there are 3 things that we have to know. One is called the breakdown. What is that? Breakdown. The second one is break even, and the third one is breakthrough. So people here the example is, it's very difficult for people to break through. They find it challenging to recover from the breakdown. So they are always in the breakdown situation. They are not in the break even situation or breakthrough. Once you have done that, please type number 5 if you fall in this. That means once you're failed, you're always failed. You can't get up from that. You feel that I'm a failure, I can't do that. Everyone can achieve whatever they want to achieve, and I'm not able to achieve what I want to achieve. Number 6, you frequently, now here the key word is again frequently, you frequently doubt your capacity under pressure. Whenever you're under pressure, you start doubting yourself. My ability, I'm not good. My capacity, my language is not good. I'm not attractive, or my leadership is not good. My communication skill is not good. I can't influence people. So frequently, the word again I want to repeat here, the key word is frequently. You start doubting yourself when you're under pressure. But once you're not under pressure, for example, if you're all by yourself, there is no pressure and you're doing very well. But if you are with your colleagues, or maybe with your management team, or you're on the stage with your audience, that's when you get this pressure coming in. So that's number 6. Let's move on to number 7. You struggle to stay organized when stressed. You do not know which paper to take, which to prioritize, which one to talk about. You just juggle everything and you forget everything. It becomes very hard for you to arrange things either physically or mentally, and then you start forgetting about things. You get completely disorganized. Being a manager in an airline, I have seen this happening to my team members and other leaders who are coming there. So if you fall in this category, then put a tick mark and then come and type here number 7. Let's go to number 8. You have difficulty focusing during high stress situation. Focus is key. People, they forget about focusing. They don't know how to focus. They don't know where to focus and when to focus and why to focus. And this is what, once you do not know why, how, and what to focus upon and when to focus upon, then I'll tell you, you will not be able to focus and you will not be able to achieve the goal that you want to achieve. Do you agree? If you agree, let's say yes. If you don't focus, if you lose your focus, then you will not be able to achieve the things that you want to achieve. It's very simple as that. So here the question is, you find it very difficult in focusing during high stress situation, when you're getting stress or you're getting pressurized by somebody outside. When you talk about pressure, it could be 2 things. One is from inner and one could be outer. We'll be talking about in the coming sessions how can you get pressure from inside and outside, okay, internal, external pressure. Let's move on to number 9. Number 9 is you feel easily completely drained by demanding tasks. When one task after another, like it could be a multitasking, your manager, your boss, your wife, your husband, your kids, you're completely drained out. You don't have the energy anymore to work. You don't have the passion to work, and you feel I'm done, I'm died. By the end of the day, you're completely collapsed. If that's the type of person you are, especially when you're getting responsibility after responsibility, and if you're completely drained, and if that's the person you are, then just put a tick mark. If not, then put a cross mark. Let's go to the last question in that segment. You are easily discouraged by criticism. People criticize you. When I come up in my YouTube videos and so forth, majority of people, they say that we love your videos and so forth. There would be 1 or 2 person coming down and say it's a horrible video. Can't you stop your video recording? Why do you want to correct us? Your advice, we don't require your advice. Go and advise your family. I'm just kidding, okay? I sometimes get some sort of criticism, and I just don't bother. Sometimes I delete that, sometimes I don't even bother about it. How many of you got it? Say GI. How many of you got it? The situation. I don't ponder about it. I don't cry on that. I don't become angry on that person. I say that person is going through some sort of tension. That's why he's using all this language and so forth. So I just don't bother, and I just look forward. So, but this person I'm talking about here, question number 10, you easily get discouraged when somebody gives you not good feedback or somebody criticizes you. So once you are done this 10, what you have to do is you have to go and add the tick marks. Okay, if you are done the tick marks, say D. Just add the tick marks and write it under the total. The tick marks, only the tick marks. If you got 5, put it 5. If you got 4, put 4. If you got 10, put 10. Whatever number you got, just put the tick mark there. If you're done with the tick mark, thank you, Dr. Muhammad Faisal. And then, Anis, thank you very much. Once you have done, just type D, please. All right, good. I can see all of you are catching. How many of you are enjoying this till now? How many of you are enjoying? Just say I. It's very simple, straightforward, no rocket science, nothing, okay? It's very simple and straightforward. Good, excellent. Thank you very much. Right, so now let's move on to the second segment, which is S1. Okay, you do the same. You're going to follow the same principle, tick mark and cross mark, and then you go for the total. So let's go for question number 11. It's you often feel fragile at work. That means you feel very broken, just like criticism. Somebody says something and you're not able to take it, and you're collapsed. You're broken for the entire day. You bring the same pain, and if you're a married person, if you're a male or a female, you bring the same stuff to home, and then you're completely bed. You straight away go to bed, no lunch, no dinner, and your husband or your wife asks you, what happened to you, darling? And you say that, no, I have a bad day. My manager scolded me. The manager did not actually scold you. The manager told you something which you were not able to take it. How many if you got it, say GI. If you got it, it's not necessary that the manager is scolding you. The manager might have told you the right strategy to work on, and the thing is that you are not able to take the responsibility. You are just like a glass and fragile, and you broke down, and once you come home, you're completely broke. Let's go to number 12. You easily feel stressed in an unfamiliar situation. You're going for a wedding, and there are people that you do not know. You're going for a function or a meeting, and the people there you do not know. You are in the meeting, or you're in a gathering where all of the people there are senior to you. There are senior managers or CEOs or CXOs and so forth. You get completely drained or stressed. Oh my goodness, who is this guy? He's coming with a good suit and blazer and so forth. This lady is well dressed. Who is she? And you get so stressed that you aren't able to network with them, talk with them, sell them. You won't be able to even introduce yourself. If that is the person you are, then you are put a tick mark in 12. And let's move on to number 13. You tend to avoid confrontations. Confrontations could be a fight, an argument, maybe with your juniors, maybe with your seniors, maybe with your kids, maybe with your parents, maybe with your friends, maybe with your neighbors. You don't like that. Okay, let it go. I'm not interested. Let me go the other way around. So that is the person you are. You don't like to have an argument, whether it is physical, mental, or whatever it is. You don't have to, or you are not interested in those things, whether it is a office politics or if it's politics in your home, whatever it is, you are not interested in any of those things. That's the type of simple person you are. So that is number 13. Let's move on to number 14. You prefer clear guidance to handle tasks. So that means before you do something from your manager, you ask your manager, sir, could you tell me what are the steps that I have to take? What is the priority? What do you think? As a CEO, you may go to the CEO of the cabinet of a CEO, and then you can ask him, sir, could you tell me which one should I do? That means you get clarity. You are a person, you get clarity before you take a task. There are some people, they just do the task and they do all the mistake, and then they bring it to the CEO, and the CEO said, what the heck did you do? This is not what I said. How many of you got to say crystal clear? You are clear. You ask for advice and clarity before you take any step. You do not jump into the water before knowing the depth of the water. Okay, that is the type of person you are. And if you fall in that category, then put a tick mark. Let's go on to number 15. You often seek a second opinion from others. For example, there is a hospital case. You went to one doctor. The doctor said that, well, you have to go for a surgery. You said, okay. And then you go to the other doctor to get the second opinion. Am I right? Similarly, in any task that you do, if you want to start a business, you hired maybe a consultant, and then you go to the second consultant to ask whether this is a good idea. Maybe it's a plan that you have. So everything, you don't take a step. You don't jump into accidents and incidents. Rather than that, you get clarity from experts. You get their advice, and then you take steps for everything that you do. So if you fall in that sort of category, then just put a tick mark, and that's 15. Let's move on to 16. You recharge when you feel drained. Now, when you say recharge, it could be just relaxing. It could be just having a cup of coffee, or just having a power nap. I take power nap for around about 10 to 15 minutes, and I get the whole energy back. Or it could be taking a walk, whatever you feel. Now, when I say recharge, you don't have to be in a Padmasana or Vajrasana or lotus position and do meditation. You can do anything which relaxes you, okay? Or you can take a shower, whatever it is. So you recharge whenever you feel drained. That means whenever you know that you're drained, you have to go and recharge. That's the type of person you are. So let's move on to 17. You need frequent breaks to maintain energy. A frequent break could be you work for 45 minutes and then you take a break for 15 minutes. That's absolutely recommended and advisable. You don't have to sit on your seat for 2 hours without taking a break, without going to the loo or the washroom and filling your bladder, and without taking a water or hydrating yourself. You have to take break so that you can focus. People, they don't focus. They say that we are losing focus. Why? Because you're sitting and watching the screen in the office or somewhere for 2 hours. That's not what you have to do. The practical way for peak performance is to work for 45 minutes and then go and take a rest for around about 15 minutes. And so let's move on to 18. Before that, let me ask you a question. Is there any CEO in this group? Any CEO, CXO, like Chief Finance Officer, Chief Executive Officers, Marketing Officer, anybody? Is there anyone here in this group right now attending this session? Is CXO, Senior Vice Presidents, or anybody in that level? Anyone right now? Okay, great. So now let's move on to number 18. Number 18 is you ask for support with challenges. Whenever you got challenges, you ask yourself, who can help me? Okay, who can help me? I want everyone to type down this. Who can help me? I want everyone to type the entire line. Okay, who can help me? Now, I never said to write the whole line, but this time I want everyone to type, who can help me? This is a very important, essential question that you need to ask whenever you are stuck. This is a question that I ask myself whenever I get stuck. There are 5 questions I always ask, and this is the 5th question. I'm not going to talk about the 4 questions. You can watch my video in which I always talk about the 5 questions. The 5th question is, who can help me? So here the question is, you ask for support with challenges. Whenever you're getting stuck, you ask the help, maybe from your seniors, maybe from a coach, maybe from a mentor, maybe from your juniors, maybe from your wife or husband, maybe from your kids. Always understand, when you go for support, it's not necessary that you have to always go for the seniors. You can also learn from your kids. How many of you agree? You can learn from your juniors. How many of you agree? Say I. That you can learn things. Today, the young generation is much more smarter than you. The young generation is much more smarter than you, and you must be ready to ask and seek help from them. You must be ready to learn from them. This is called reverse learning. I want everyone to go and type RL. RL stands for reverse learning. You must be ready to learn from your juniors. Okay, even in the office, you have to learn from them. At home, you have to learn from your juniors. That could be your kids, maybe. You must be ready for that. That's called the reverse learning system. Let's go for 19. You call your loved ones. Okay, this is something that I got a message this morning. I don't know the person is attending this session right now, and she said that I never called my mother for 12 years. How many years? I want you to type 12. I didn't call or connect my mom for 12 years. She was in the Gulf country and I was here, and we were already separated. But after attending this program, and especially we call it the Human Hub program, I called my mom, and today I'm so attached with my mom for the last 1 week. How many of you got it? Is it loving? Just type the letter L if you love that. This is what we call as you must call your loved ones. And if you haven't called your loved ones, please make sure that today, if it's not too late in your country, please call your loved ones. It could be your kids, it could be your parents, it could be your spouse, whoever it is. Make a call. Okay, today it's not at all expensive. It's absolutely free, because calls and relationship makes you much more stronger, and it gives you the energy to move forward. Let's move on to the last question in that segment 20. You take time to relax. As I mentioned, this was a question even in the previous segment. You relax. Okay, the way that you want to relax. There is no definition for how you should relax. Whatever way that you want to relax, you just have to relax. Whether you're taking pranayama, or you're taking breathing exercises, you're doing hara exercises, you're doing martial arts, you're doing tai chi, you're doing yoga, whatever it is, you can. Yes, I asked my daughter. Very good. Thank you very much. That's absolutely fine. You should not be ashamed to ask your daughter, I'll tell you. So that was question number 20. So let's go for adding it up. So whatever you got, just put the total number there. You don't have to share the number with me. If you're done, just type D if you're done with that. If you're done, just type D. Right, good, excellent, excellent. That's beautiful. Nishad, Faisal, Habib, thank you very much. Nizar, again, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. So now let's move on to the third segment, which is called the S2 segment. And I don't have to repeat it because you know to tick mark the one which is matching with you. So let's move on. 21. You manage to stay calm. You manage to stay calm when stressed. Now, this is different from the two categories that we mentioned earlier. So when there is an issue, when there is a challenge, you calm. Dekha jayega. Jab bhi aaye, dekha jayega. Okay? That's the type of mentality you have. That's 21. So if you're done 21, you don't get stressed. Whenever things comes, you'll take it at ease. You know how to handle it. You know how to manage it. That's the type of person you are. If you're done with that, type 21. If you're done with that, then please type 21. I'll see when it comes. That's the type of attitude. It's a very positive attitude. Let me see. Let it come first, then I'll see. Number 22, you handle stress with ease. Any stress comes in, you know the technique of handling it. Whether it is a presentation that your boss has asked, whether it is a meeting that he has asked you to handle or to attend, or it could be something, whatever it is, a plan or a project or whatever it is, you handle that with ease. No stress at all. You relax, because the more you are stressed, you're harming yourself. So these are people, they know how to maintain their stress level and they enjoy that. That's number 22. Let's move on to 23. You go steadily to stay stress-free. See the quality of these people. The S2 people are entirely different. You can see that they are different from S1 and the B1. They're different. You go steadily to stay stress-free. It's all about stress. And whenever there's a stress, you calm down. You calm down. You calm down. That's the type of person. If you are that type of person without any sort of stress and so forth, then please put a tick mark. If you get stressed out very soon, then put a cross mark there. 24, you manage time effectively. Now, I use the word time. It's not time. It's more of activity effectively. Whatever you have to do for the day, how do you prioritize your things? Because most of the people, they use the term time management. That's why I use the word time, but it's not the time. So anything that you have to do in your office, in your home, weekend, weekdays, and so forth, whether it is cleaning your clothes or cleaning the floor, cleaning or washing your car, whatever it is, or doing your file work, doing a project for your office work and so forth, whatever you do, you manage your time and your activities effectively. If you are that type of person, then just put a tick mark. I can see a big cross coming in from somewhere. Okay, that was Tajuddin, thank you very much for the big cross that I can see. 25, you develop stress handling exercises or skills. Again, it's all about stress. How do you handle stress? Okay, whether it is a breathing exercise, it's very, very essential. Today, I can see there are chief happiness officers in different organizations. I got a very good friend in the US, and she is a chief happiness officer, because today organizations know that it is the stress which is not making you productive. So if they want results and productivity from their staff member, they have to make sure that there's happiness and there is stress-free life, and for that they bring instructors, it could be yoga teachers and so forth, in the organization to ensure that each and every staff member is relaxing themselves during the day and after the session, so forth. Okay, that was 25. Let's move on to 26. You focus on completing task one at a time. That means one thing at a time. That is, it's not about multitasking. Okay, do you think multitasking is good? Yes or no? Do you think multitasking is good? Yes or no? How many of you think multitasking is good or no? Okay, somebody said yes. Okay, no. Roche, thank you very much. Okay, multitasking is absolutely not recommended. You can be a multi-talented person, but multitasking is not good. How to do a multitasking or how to manage multitasking is an art and a science, which you can learn later on when you are attending my leadership program. I'll teach you how to have a multitasking if you've got hundreds of staff members working under you. So here you focus on completing tasks one at a time. That is the right manager. Just one thing at a time. If you do one thing at a time, there's no stress. You can manage everything. You finish one thing, or maybe finish 10%, 20% of the task, and then you move on to another task. That's absolutely fine. No stress at all. Now, 27, you set small goals. Beautiful. It's called small goals to manage large tasks. It's just that we call it in NLP, neuro linguistic programming, we call it as chunking down. you chunk down your big task into smaller goals and then to smaller milestones, and then you achieve them. Are you that type of person? If you are that type of person, then put a tick mark over there. If you're that type of person, then put a tick mark. Good, excellent. And then we move forward to question number 27. If you're done 27, please type 27. Yes, if you have done 27, then please type 27. Good, absolutely fantastic. Let's go to 28. You break task into manageable steps. This is exactly what I mentioned earlier. I'm taking it into a deeper level. You break task into manageable steps. Now, there are people who break the task, but if it's not a manageable step, then again you are into stress. Am I right? So we are talking about manageable stress. This is one thing that you have to always keep in mind. Attainable, achievable, actionable. I want you to type 3 A's. Achievable, attainable, actionable. Achievable, attainable, and actionable. Achievable, attainable, actionable. This is a 3-letter word which comes from the SMART goal. SMART. The letter A is either achievable, or it is attainable, or it is actionable. It's very, very important. So you have to use all these 3 words. Now, if you break a task into manageable steps, you have to ask whether it is attainable. Number 2, is it achievable? Number 3, is it actionable? If all the 3 are S, then you will be able to do that and you will be able to work on that. So let's go on to 29. You recover quickly from minor setbacks. That means you fail and then you realize that's okay. Failure is fine. Let me just get back. Let me think from a different perspective. Let me think bigger, or let me dream bigger, and let me take a different strategy altogether and change it fast. These are people, sometimes they lay down and they start crying on the failure, but you, number 29, this person, he does not cry on what happened. He would change his strategy and move forward. Let's move on to number 30. You stay organized to manage stress. That means it could be through friends, it could be through recreation, it could be having some party, or it could be throwing some fun. Whatever it is, along with other people, you stay organized every time whenever you are going through stress, and you manage it very, very well. So now we are done 30. I want you to go and add up all those tick marks before we go to the last segment, which is BS. So if you're done, let me know. Just type D if you're done. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, very good. I can see most of you saying D. Ramesh, thank you very much. Very good. Harita Ranjit, thank you very much. Samira, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Nisar Habib, thank you very much. Nishad, thank you very much. So let's move on to the last, which is BS. Okay, so let's look at 31. You create a clear vision. I want you to focus on it. You create a clear vision. You know exactly what is your purpose. You have clear vision, clear purpose, clear objective, or we can say that clear values. You are very clear in whatever you do, whether it is in your professional life or in your personal life. This is the quality of a leader, and that's what we are talking about here. That is 31. If you're done 31, please type 31. Clear vision. If you feel that you don't have the vision, you do not know a vision of your passion, vision of your purpose, vision of your business, vision of your life. If you do not have that, then don't put a tick mark. I just want you to put a cross mark. Don't feel shy at all, because you're not sharing that with us. So that was 31. 32. You set a very specific goal, very specific, and this is something which has come up from the term SMART, specific. The letter S in SMART stands for specific. It's not about beating around the bush. You know exactly what you want to achieve, within what date you want to achieve, or what time you want to achieve. That's very clear and specific, and that's why we call it as specific goals. How many of you got it? Just time 32. Any goal that you set, whether it is an office goal or official goal, or your business goal, your health goal, your family goal, your tour goal, whatever it is, travel goal, whatever it is, you're very clear about those things. Number 33, you prioritize your daily task. You know exactly as soon as you wake up what are the tasks that you are doing. Are you doing the big task of the day, or are you just playing around with a small task and the big tasks become bigger and bigger? And I recommend a book right now is the Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. It's a very good book which talks about how you prioritize things and how you eat the frog every single day. That's absolutely correct. Asruddin, Then let's move on to 34. 34 is you hold yourself accountable. This is a quality of a leader. He or she takes accountability, saying that I am wrong. It's not my team member. I take the responsibility. I'm accountable for what happened. I take the responsibility, accountability. Are you that type of person? If you are that type of person, then you have to put a tick mark. If not, then just ignore and move forward. Very good. Excellent. 34. That was number 34. If you're done with 34, please type 34. It's very simple. You hold accountability. It's all about your mindset. What are you a blamer? Are you a complainer? Are you somebody who doubts somebody else? Are you not a team player? If you belong to all those categories, then put a cross mark. If you are a team player, you support your team, you recognize them, you appreciate them, you recognize your mistakes and so forth. In that case, put a tick mark. Let's go to 35. You block time for key tasks. For example, if you're in India, you block the time from 9 o'clock to 10:20 tonight. You block the time because you know that there is a session by some guy whose name is Farookh Sensei, and you're here. Am I right? So you blocked your time because you have given priority for this one. If not, you would have done something else. So how many of you do that, blocking your time? If you have a task with you block around about 55 minutes or 45 minutes to do something, and then you take a break of 15 minutes, and then again you block your time. That's a habit that you can do. What I do is I make sure that within the next 1 hour I'm going to do something. There's also something called the 5-minute rule. I want you to write down the 5-minute rule, and there's also the 5-second rule. There's a 5-second rule, 5-minute rule, 1 hour rule, 1 minute rule. Lot of things. There are a lot of techniques that you can use so that you do not procrastinate and you can manage your activities effectively as a leader. Number 36, you eliminate distraction. Anything that distracts you. It could be your YouTube, it could be a Facebook, it could be a notification, it could be your WhatsApp, it could be your Instagram, it could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be the cat next door. It could be anything. Anything that distracts you, you have to get rid of it. Okay, you have to create a boundary for that. And there's a whole session for that. How to create a boundary with your friends and family members and so forth. Not today though. Okay, let's move on to 37. 37, you inspire your team during challenges. It's not only about you. If you are a manager or a leader, CEO, CXO, and so forth, or if you are a homemaker itself, you make sure that you motivate and you recharge your kids maybe, or your husband, your wife, your team at home, or it could be in the office itself. You inspire them maybe with stories, or inspire them being a role model in front of them. If that's the type of person you are, then then put a tick mark and then type 37, and let's move on to 38. If you're done with 37, please type 37, all of you. If you're done 37, please type 37, all of you. Good, excellent. Let's go to 38. 38, you delegate effectively. As a leader, you must be able to delegate your task. You should not be doing every task by yourself. There is a system, it's called the 4-quadrant, which I'm not going to talk about right now, but one of the key area as a leader is to delegate your stuff. If you want to take your business to the next level, if you want to scale your business to the next level, there is something called automation, there is something called a system, and delegation is part of it. And if you do that, then put a tick mark. If not, then put a cross mark. Let's type 38, please. Very good. Let's move on to 39. You focus on the process, as not the result. Whatever happening, the result, whether I get the result or not, my system, I got an SOP or a standard operating procedure. I got a strategy, I got a plan in place, and I'm working on the plan. You are a person with a plan. You are not somebody who is going to jump into the water without knowing the depth of the water. You know exactly what to do. You got a strategy in place. You got a plan in place or an SOP in place. You're not focusing on the result, but you are focusing on the step that would take you to the result. Very well organized person. 30, and now let's go to the very last question, and that is you learn from setbacks. It's not about only going back. You have to learn from the setbacks, and then you learn and you share the setback. You share the lessons that you learn from the setbacks to your team members, and that's how you grow. So now let's add that. So how much did you get? How much did you get in the 4th quadrant? Good. Now, if you're done with 40, I want you to look at the total now. And where do you stand? Is it B1, S1, S2, or BS? Just type that. Are you in B1, S1, S2, or you are in BS? Good. I can see B1. No issues at all. Don't worry about it. B1, BS. B1, B1S1, okay, BS, S1. Doesn't matter, okay. This is for you to identify, okay. Sometimes you'll be in two of them, okay. I saw somebody showing me as B2. Sorry, there's no B2, S2 and BS. That's absolutely fine. Okay, that's great. That's no issues at all. You can be in two of them. That's absolutely fine. Okay, now this is something which can give you, this is all about realization, and the next one is taking the ownership. So let me go to the next level. This is what we call as the law of the cup. I want everyone to once again type LOC, please. LOC. Now, don't stick on to this content and say, oh my goodness, I'm B1. Oh my goodness, I'm just S1. Don't. No, this is for you to understand, okay? I want you to come and watch this video again and again. The more you watch, the more better you get in your understanding, especially understanding about you, okay? LOC. So we mentioned that there are 4 types of cup. The first one is called the broken cup. The B stands for broken cup. I want everyone to go and write it down. B stands for broken cup. You don't have to type here. B stands for broken cup. If you have written that, then type D. If you're done with that, then type D over here. B stands for, the first B stands for broken cup. Okay, you know how a broken cup looks like. Okay, now let's look at the speciality of a broken cup. The second one is a soft cup. We'll look about the speciality of a soft cup as well. The second one, the S1, is called soft cup. If you're done with that, if you've written soft cup, then please come and type D. And let's move on to the third cup. The third cup is called a small cup, which can't take too much capacity. The capacity is very low. So that's called the small cup. And let's move on to the very last one. The last one is called the big strong cup. The big strong cup. If you're not a big strong cup, doesn't matter, okay? If you're not a big strong cup, doesn't matter. Sometimes you may be a big strong cup at home, but once you go to office, you will become like a B1. How many of you got it? At home, you are the king, but once you go to the office, you are like, I can't do that. How many of you got it? That's normal, okay? That is a normal stage. So yeah, who is that? That's Jazz. Yeah, exactly correct, Jazz. So this is absolutely that happens. So don't think, oh my goodness, I'm just a B1. That's fine, okay? We have to understand the reality, and that's what we are discussing here. So these are the 4 cups. The first one is the 4 quadrants. The first one is a broken cup. Okay, don't waste your time on this. I'll be showing the video. You can go and later on you can take all the notes and so forth. So the broken cup, what's the quality? Easily hurt. These people, they get hurt very fast. More stress. You can't tell them anything. They'll cry. They'll think about what happened in the past and so forth. The second one, they need care. What do they need? They need care. I want everyone to type CARE. These are the people, they need care. If there is someone in your team, who falls in this particular category, you have to take care of those type of people. If you find someone in your home, it could be your kids, it could be your parents, it could be your sibling, it could be your spouse. You have to take care of them because these people are not strong enough from inside. Let's move on to the second one. It's called the soft cup. And what is the specialty of soft cup? They can't say no. Whatever you tell them, they'll say yes. And the more you say yes, the more trouble you are getting into. How many of you agree? The more yes you say, the more enemies you make. The more yes you say, the more no is going to happen. Am I right? You won't be able to achieve your task, your target. You won't be able to go home at time because you have said yes to your boss and so forth. So these are the people, they don't say how to say no. If you're able to say no, that is a leadership quality. And I would say no on the face. If I can't do something, I'll say absolutely no. So these are people who are very soft. They can't say no. They say yes to everything. Take on others' worries. If they are talking to somebody who is going through some sort of worry, they would take the worry and they would start crying on those worries. How many of you got it? It's just like watching a tragic movie and then coming home and crying for 10 days. How many of you got it? This is what I mean. They watch a movie which is a tragic movie and they take the whole sympathy and they start crying for 10 days. And the actor is making money, the actress is making money, the director and the producer is making money. Everyone is making money, but this guy is crying. So these are the type of people. They are very, very soft. They take everything personally. Now let's move on to the third one, which is called a soft cup. A soft cup is where you limit capacity for stress and responsibility. You can't take too much. It's like having a small cup. For example, if you are a small coffee cup and if I pour 1 liter of water into a coffee cup, it won't be able to take because it's too small in size and capacity, and that's where the small cup falls in. And they are overwhelmed. If there is any change, new management, new theory, new planning or new strategy, new location, or a new machinery, new system, they get puzzled, they get overwhelmed. Or new challenge, you have to do this by tomorrow. You get new challenge, they just break down. They have everything, but they don't know how to take it to the next level because their capacity is too low. Moving on to the very last one, which is called the big strong cup. What are their specialty? High capacity for handling any stress. You give them any issues, they will take it. You give them any challenge, they will take it. They're always ready. They always have got the energy to do things. If they can't do things, they got a team to do that. They'll do the best planning, the best strategy, the best SOPs, very clear with their purpose, very clear with their vision, very clear with their habits, very clear about their goals and objectives, as well as with their core values. These are the people, very strong CEOs. These are strong people. Now, they don't have to be a CEO in an organization. You can be a family person and you can be having this sort of clarity, a big strong cup anywhere. So that is that's the last one. And as I mentioned, these are people with a leadership role. These are if you get someone with the big strong cup, they become the best of the best leaders. Now, you need to understand that you are responsible to shape your destiny. Your potential is boundless. You got high potential, but you do not tap on the right potential. You are strong than the struggle. You always think about the struggle, and therefore you don't think that you are strong. You think yourself as weak. You must always add value. Whenever you talk to someone, whenever you speak, whenever you interact, whenever you coach, you do anything, you have to add value to people's life. That is something that you have to do. Your journey is unique, because if there are 100 people here watching my session right now, each and every individual has got their own journey. They got their own path. They got their own objective. They got their own goal. They got their own purpose, and they got their own passion and vision. So each and every individual who is here right now, they have got a different route, and you have to take the route. You must create your own change. You should not be waiting for somebody else to come and change you. You should know that where you want to change. Is it time to adapt? Is it time to be flexible? Is it time to transform? And is it time to change yourself? You are the decision maker. You must be the one to sit in the cockpit and take the decision. Your dreams are treasure. Treasure is something where you have got the key. Your family members, your parents, your spouse, your kids, your boss, your colleagues, they don't have the key to your treasure. You have got the treasure you have got the key to your treasure, and you must be able to identify your treasure and make the best use of it. Now, what do you mean by treasure? Treasure is nothing but your potential. Treasure is nothing but your dreams. Treasure is nothing but your strength, the skills that you have, the knowledge that you have, and the talent that you have. You can bring all those things together so that you can become a champion tomorrow. Never quit, because you might have done 99% and there is 1% which is remaining. And if you're not able to do or take the challenge or take that action for that 1%, that can make you a failure. So therefore, always keep in mind that you have to think about what you have to do next, and always ask the question, what next? Your courage is power. If you don't have courage, you will not be having confidence. Let me tell you once again, courage is a 4-step of confidence. Without courage, you can't take the step, and without taking steps several times, you won't be having the confidence. People say that I don't have confidence. First, make sure that you have got the courage. You build the courage, the confidence automatically comes in. You were born to stand out, and you should know that you can overcome anything, because you had to fight with millions of others which came to your mother's womb, and today you are in this world like you and I. So it's our responsibility to overcome all those setbacks, all those obstacles in our life. If you are not able to see the goal, if you're not able to see the objective, and if you're only able to see the obstacles, then you will not be able to grow in your life. Whether you are the CEO of a company, whether you are a working professional, whether you're a mother, your father, or a parent, it doesn't matter. If you want to excel in your life, you must be able to see things in front. You have to grow, start with action. As I mentioned, it's called the kickstart. We are not talking about I'll take action after 1 month, I'll take action after 1 week. You have to ask the question, can I take action tonight? That is the type of person. You have to kick on your back so that you take action. You have to build your own path. I said that everyone here, each and every individual leader who is right now attending my session, you all have got different paths. I have got a different path. I won't be able to follow my brother's path. My brother's path is different. My sisters and my siblings' path are different. My parents' path are different. You are the one to identify your path, and you are the one to stay on track. Shape your success success? Success has got different meaning. For some, it would be something, it could be health. For some, it would be money. For some, it would be relationships. Some would be leadership. You have to ask yourself, what is success? You have to define your own success. Nobody's there to shape or nobody's there to help you for your success until otherwise you define what is your success. You are the greatest asset in this world. You are the greatest asset in your family. You are the greatest asset in your organization and so forth. So make sure that you make the best use of this asset so that tomorrow people think about you, people remember about you, and people would say that there was Mr. X or Miss S was there in this world who made a lot of change, a dent in the world. Your choice defines your future. What you take, whether you want to take alcohol, whether you want to take drug, whether you want to take healthy food, do you want to take junk food, do you want to lead forward, do you want to blame, do you want to complain, do you want to be an excuse master? What is that you want to do? Everything depends upon the choices that you take in your life. You are stronger than yesterday. You have to hold the key of growth. If you don't hold the key of growth, then there is no way that you can move forward. Your mindset shapes everything. If you don't, you can be a poor person, but if you have a rich mindset, and if you're a poor person, you will die as a rich person. But at the same time, if you're a rich person with a poor mindset, you will die as a poor person. It's not about how much money you have. It's not about the knowledge that you have. It is not about the background and the experience that you have. It's all about the mindset. If your mindset is not a growth mindset, if your mindset is poor mindset, if your mindset is not rich mindset, you will not be able to grow. So always keep about the potential that you have, and it all starts with the mindset. You have to not only think about positive things, you have to make things happen. Only then things happen positive. Just by having this positive mindset, nothing is going to happen. You have to make sure that there's a strategy, there's a plan, there is a step that you take, and you have to take action immediately. You are capable of greatness. It's not that I don't have the capacity, I don't have the capability, let me sit here, let somebody else do. I can't become a leader and so forth. If you start telling to yourself, if you start blaming and complaining about what you don't have, then somebody will become a leader tomorrow. Somebody will snatch and take away the opportunities which are really waiting for you. So make sure, my dear leaders and ladies and gentlemen, leaders and coaches, you have to identify that what is your capacity, what is your capability. If you are a small cup, how can I move to a big cup? How can I become a larger cup? How can I become a CEO? How can I become a manager? How can I become a leader? That is something that you have to ask yourself. Your journey is your power. You have to ask yourself. Today, one of my friends, he asked me, come on, Sensei, come online. I said, why? He said, come online immediately. I came online. I could see that he is sitting in the cockpit of a plane, and he is the captain of the plane, and he's flying the plane. He said, Sensei, I'm right now. He couldn't speak to me, but he was texting me while he was flying. It was a single engine aircraft for sure. He has got, he's a pilot and a captain for a bigger aircraft or airline, but he was flying a small chopper. Sorry, not a chopper. He was flying a small aircraft, and he was messaging me. So that is the beauty. Why? Because he wanted to become a captain. He wanted to become a pilot. And he chose his journey. You have to choose your journey. I choose my journey to become a trainer or a facilitator, a coach, and so forth. Therefore, you have to change that. You have to decide who you are. You set your own limits. If you say that I can't do this, if you say that I can't jump, if you say that this is too dangerous for me, if you say that this is difficult for me, if you say that I can't travel, if you put limitation, then you won't be able to grow. So the most important thing is you have to remove the limitation. You have to remove, or you have to raise the ceiling of your mind. You have to raise what you call as we call it the lid. You have to raise the lid of your mind. Be your biggest motivator. Nobody's going to come and motivate you. Nobody's going to come and tap on you. Nobody's going to help you. Nobody's going to say that you've done a good job. You have to motivate yourself. If nobody's motivating you, go to the bathroom and put a tap on your shoulder and say, wow, you did a fantastic job, and come back. Your manager's not going to motivate you. Your manager's not going to inspire you. You should be able to inspire yourself. Let your dream fuel your drive. If you do not have dreams, then you will not be able to go forward. You must be having a drive. Drive is the kick that happens on your back. You have to kick yourself on your back. If nobody is able to kick yourself, you have to kick yourself so that you can achieve your dreams. You can achieve your dreams. I had my dreams. I achieved my dreams. Each and every individual who is listening to me right now, you can achieve your dreams. The only thing is that you must be having the drive, and you must be able to kick on your back. You are built to succeed in your life. Every individual is born in that way to build. The only thing is that we all come with excuses. We all come with judgmental things. We all come up with blames. We all come up with what you call complaints. We complain on the street, we complain the traffic, we complain the weather, we complain our siblings, we complain our parents, our teachers, the system, the society, and so forth. Please do understand that if you are a complainer, then you will not be able to move forward. You must be persistent to lead your way. You must say no to everything. You must say, yes, I can do it, I will do it, I'll make and I'll show that I'm a champion. If you have this sort of persistence, then you will move forward. Be your own inspiration. As I mentioned, nobody's going to motivate you. You have to inspire yourself. Your action makes the difference. If there are 100 people, you have to stand out. You must be doing things differently. You don't have to do different things. You have to do things differently so that people say, wow, that is a champion. This is a coach. This is a leader. I want to follow this person. I want to be like him. I want to follow the way that he speaks. I want to follow the way that he does things. You have to become the role model. You have to become the leader of your team. Why wait tomorrow? This is a challenge that I want to ask you. Why do you wait for tomorrow? Why do you procrastinate? Why do you say that tomorrow, and the tomorrow never comes? You have to ask yourself that I have to take action, and you have to take, and the day to take action is right now. Thank you.